Combining like terms. Bum, bum, bum. Sinister music begins. Alright. Combining like terms is the process of an expression, of simplifying an expression by adding or subtracting coefficients of like terms, or the constants, or both. So we're going to bring together the coefficients. 3x plus 5 plus 2x plus 1. The purples come together, which are the constants, and the reds come together, which are the coefficients. I'll pause here. So coefficients. This word just means the number that comes before the variable. So 3x, 3 is the coefficient. 2y, 2 is the coefficient. 14m, 14 is the coefficient. 7, this term is a constant. So it's a constant, which means because there's no variable. The other ones all have a variable that we don't know. So 7 is the constant. I'll pause here. Determine the coefficients of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, I'll pause here and give you guys some time to try and solve this. Here are the answers. So adding and subtracting terms. You are able to add or subtract a term only with a variable. With a variable only if the variables are exactly the same. Exactly the same. For instance, you can never combine an x term with a y term, or a constant with a term that includes a variable. So, combining like terms. That's why we call it this. So I'll pause this here so you guys can get this, but it has to be exactly the same. The first step in combining like terms is making sure the variables are compatible, or the same. Example, 12x and 4x are like terms. $12x and 4y, on the other hand, are not, because of the y and the x. They're different. Once you have determined the term, you simply add or subtract the coefficients. So, let's look at this. This was 12x. So we're going to look at 12x plus 4x. So, 12x plus 4x. Coefficients added. 12 plus 4 is what? 16. Don't forget your variable. You can't leave that out. And my answer is just going to be 16x. Down there. So 12x plus 4x equals 16x. Why does this work? Well, let's look at some numbers. Whenever you're not sure of something, let's change up thread. Try a number and see what happens. So 12 times 2 plus 4 times 2, and we're saying that this should all equal, if we're right, math works both ways, so 16 times 2. Alright, so 12 times 2 equals 24. We do our multiplication first, plus 4 times 2 is 8, equal to 16 times 2. What is 16 times 2? 32. And 24 plus 8? 32 equals 32. Check. So, this works. If you can verify it with a number, it should work. And we would do more tests normally, but this will always work. So when you have an expression such as 3x plus 6 plus 5x minus 4, oh, jeez, that's tough. We were able to simplify this from the 4 terms down to 2 by adding the like terms. So, as you can see here, 3x and 5x come and make an 8x. And then the 6 minus 4 equals 2. You could kind of cover up the method, cover up and look at it just one by one. So let's look at some. So I'd like you guys to try these on your own real quick. And I'll give you the answers. So, this first one, let me underline some steps. So 2x plus 5x. Well, that equals 7x plus 1 plus 3. So plus 1 plus 3 is 4. And that's my answer. I've combined my like terms. 7x plus 4. Number 2 is not as easy. So I could rewrite this as 4x plus 3 plus 10x. Sounded like my iPad just broke. Plus, we'll worry about that later. Plus the other term, 8. Alright, so now, let's combine our like terms. These are all pluses, so this makes it nice and easy. This will be 4 plus 10x equals, and I can rearrange this to 4x plus 10x plus 3 plus 8, but let's just add it. 14x. This is kind of the shortcut. We could do this because of commutative property. And now I have 3 plus 8. So plus, and I'll do that in my purple. 3 plus 8 is 11. So there's my answer. So again, and I'll pause here. So let's look at some of these problems down here. Again, combine your x's. Combine your numbers. So 4x minus 2x, that equals 2. Plus 3 minus 2, what does that equal? And that's just 1. And the last one but not least, let me underline my numbers. 2 plus 2, and we have negative 1x plus 3x. So two plus 2 equals 4. Negative 1 plus 3x equals plus 2x. And you can write this either way. 3 minus 1 is 2, or negative 1 plus 3 is 2. Alright, so I'll pause it here. But what about the distributive property? We've learned that. We've learned it. Shouldn't be too hard, it's just adding on. What if we have 4 parentheses 2x plus 1 minus 9x? Oh my god. So remember PEMDAS, let's go through the steps. Distribute first. Distribute that 4. 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 1 is 4. That's where this step comes from. Distribute. Now simplify. 8x plus 4 minus 9x. Combine those like terms. We have 8 minus 9 is negative x. So my final answer, and I'll highlight it, is negative x plus 4. So I'd like you guys to try these. These are a little bit difficult, but they get progressively harder. 5 and 6. Let me know if you get them right. I'll pause it here, and I'll show the answers on the next slide. Jeez, it's a lot. That's a lot, but you guys should be proud. We are finito. Finito, 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 finito.